After the devastating fire that consumed Gwen's home, she and her husband, John, decided to rent a new apartment where they could stay for a while. Fortunately, they found a place at an incredibly affordable price. As they settled in, everything seemed perfect: the warmth of their neighbors, the serene atmosphere, and the overall charm of their new surroundings. Over time, Gwen and John grew fond of the environment. However, something began to unsettle Gwen. Lately, she had been hearing a faint, sorrowful cry emanating from the apartment next door. The sound was most distinct at night. Pressing her ear against the wall, she could hear it more clearly, sending a shiver down her spine. She voiced her concerns to John, but he was always too preoccupied to pay it any attention. Unable to shake off the eerie feeling, Gwen finally gathered the courage to ask their neighbor, Helene, "Is everything all right, Helene?" she inquired gently. Helene, taken aback, responded, "Why do you ask? Is something wrong?" Feeling a wave of embarrassment, Gwen hesitated. Perhaps it was all in her head, just a trick of the mind. Gwen tried to dismiss her suspicions, convincing herself it was nothing. However, one night, while John was away on a night shift, the eerie cries grew even more unsettling. This time, she was certain they were real. Overcome with curiosity, she resolved to uncover the truth. The following day, Gwen discreetly observed Helene. As soon as she saw her leave the house, she seized the opportunity. Slipping through the window, she cautiously entered Helene's apartment. At first glance, everything in the living room appeared normal, and for a moment, Gwen considered leaving. But then, her eyes landed on a door. As she approached, the same faint cries reached her ears, sending a chill down her spine. She tried to open the door, but it was locked. Determined, she grabbed a hammer and forcefully broke it open. A wave of nausea hit her the moment she stepped inside. The stench was unbearable. As her eyes adjusted to the dim light, she gasped in horror. In the corner of the room sat a frail young girl, her skin ghostly pale, her body weak and emaciated. It was evident she had been locked away for days, starving, barely clinging to life. With a feeble voice, she whispered, "Help me." Gwen realized, with a sinking heart, that the girl had been trapped in the room for days, evident from the unbearable stench and the signs of neglect. Her hands trembled as she reached for her phone and alerted the police. Desperate to help, she tried to lift the girl, but her frail body was too weak to stand. Just then, the door creaked open. Gwen turned, only to meet Helene's gaze, wild, unhinged, and filled with fury. Before she could react, Helene lunged forward, smashing a vase against Gwen's head. She collapsed to the ground, her vision blurring. Before Helene could do anything further, sirens wailed outside, and officers stormed in. Within moments, she was apprehended, her twisted plan unraveling before her eyes. The girl was rushed to the hospital, but tragically, she succumbed to her suffering. A police investigation soon revealed a shocking truth: the girl was Helene's stepdaughter. After the death of her father, who was also Helene's husband, it was discovered that he had left his entire fortune to his daughter. Consumed by greed and rage, Helene had locked the girl away, intending to end her life and seize the inheritance for herself.